Hi, everybody. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and I'm about to guide you through our push, pull, legs, as many reps as possible workout. I put the moves in the description so you'll be able to pick out the weights that are most appropriate for you. Go ahead and grab them, and then we'll get started with a warm up in just about 5 amazing seconds. For red. All right. Bribing up the bird real fast. Oh no, someone's being unhappy again. It's the bird. Okay, she was so quiet right until I hit let's get started. All right, we're starting with some lateral side to side step taps and a really big shoulder roll. We're getting about 8 shoulder rolls in this direction, bringing your shoulders up and squeezing them back. Any cracks or crunches are totally normal. Now we're going to change direction of the shoulder rolls and add in a double step. Let's get one more in each direction. Then we're going to stick with this double step, but just open and close your arms. So just moving our feet a little bit faster. And if you want to even turn it into a grapevine, you're welcome to grapevine it out. Really focus on opening your chest, squeezing your shoulder blades together. But as your arms open really nice and wide, try not to let your rib cage flare. We'll do one more time in each direction. And then we're going to turn it into glute kickbacks, hamstring curls with a little bit of a standing row. Let's get 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Arms come up overhead, knee drives. Just working to get that heart rate up a little bit. Use your exhale to lift your leg. Let's get 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Turning into some straight leg kicks. Just kick that leg forward and up. If you're having trouble switching the weight from side to side, you can add in 3 steps. So kick, step, 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 kick. Last one. Awesome. Plant your feet. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, pull your belly in. Rain dive or swan towards the floor. Inhale, come up into a half lift. Exhale, down to your forward fold. And then weight in your heels. Slowly roll yourself all the way up. Arms come up overhead. Relax arms down by your side. Let's do that little breathing forward fold one more time. So inhale, arms up. Pull your belly in. Exhale, rain or swan dive down to the floor. You can bend your knees on your way down. We're still warming up. Inhale into a half lift. Find length through your spine. Plant your feet on the floor. Stretch your glutes towards the back of the room. And exhale down to your forward fold. Can you shift a little bit more weight into your toes this time? Heels still down on the floor. Just making sure all weight's not in your heels. Shift your weight while feet are planted, bending one knee and then the other. If you can't touch the floor, go ahead, grab your opposite elbow, maybe wrapping your arms behind your legs for a little bit of bracing. One more shift of each hip, back towards the front. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale down to your forward fold. And inhale, slowly, gently roll yourself up. Bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, arms down by your side. Okay, let's come into a jog. I totally encourage you to put some music on for this class. So if you have an opportunity to even press pause for a second, put some music on, it's going to help you stay motivated because this workout is all about what you want to put into it. We've got 3 or 4 moves for each circuit. Each circuit lasts for 6 minutes. The weights that you pick are really going to dictate the pace of the movement. So you keep jogging. I'm going to show you what round one looks like. So we're going to start down on the floor. I'm a little sore, so I'm going to use some lighter weights today. But remember, this is your workout. So bring the challenge that your body's ready for. I encourage you to use the heavier weights possible. So down on the floor, we're going to do a chest press and then a fly. Glute bridges are coming up later, but if you want a little extra work here, you can think about lifting your feet up off of the floor, challenging your abs just by being in reverse tabletop. And you can always challenge your abs more by bringing your knees further from the center line of the body, as long as the lower back is down on the mat. Then you're going to stand up. Maybe you grab heavier weights as you alternate with the bicep curl. Could be a hammer curl, could be a regular curl, and a knee lift. And then you're going to get back down on the floor for some glute bridges, any kind of glute bridge that you want to do. I'll tell you about a variety of different glute bridges as we move through, starting with regular glute bridges where heels are just about under the knees. Maybe toes are turned out a little bit and you're just exhaling and inhaling to lift up. All right, so our first move, meet me down on the floor, is going to be this chest press and fly. We're going for 10 of each move, and then you get to move on. All right, in 3, 2, 1, find your chest press fly. So perhaps round one, you're going for a narrow chest press. That's the move I demonstrated the first time around with palms pressing up right at your chest. If you want to work a little bit more into your shoulders, maybe you go for a wide chest press and then turn your palms in towards each other at the top. I can usually do a lighter weight for this narrow chest press into the fly. Sorry, a heavier weight, and then a lighter weight sometimes is necessary for the wide chest press. So just do what's working for you. I lost count a little. We're going for 10. If you're ahead of me, remember the next move is standing up and getting your alternating bicep curls with the knee drive. Both arms curl, alternating knees drive. All right. I know I can use some slightly heavier weights for these bicep curls. I'm going to go ahead and grab them. You have to really pull your core in. Find this full range of motion so the weights are coming all the way up to your shoulders and then all the way down to the floor. Keep your chest lifted. Keep breathing. How quietly can you bring that foot back down to the floor? Maybe even take a little extra time as your arms come down to really challenge your muscles. And once you've gotten in 10, so 5 knee lifts on each side, you get to come back down to the floor. Oop, I'm going to keep my weights nearby because we've got glute bridges next. Perhaps you even keep your hands pressed above your chest for your glute bridges, just a little extra chest work. As we move forward, some of the moves are going to be a little push-pull legs all together. And then when you finish, maybe you just stay up in your glute bridge and you find your chest press and flies here. Already incorporating a little extra glutes. Or remember, you have that option to focus more on your abs by bringing knees further from the center line of the body. Make sure your lower back stays on the floor if you do have yourself in reverse tabletop. We have passed the halfway point. Whoops. Really focusing on the slow eccentric movement here in round 2 with control. Try not to let those wrists bend in too much, staying in line with your forearm. So I'm just playing with the time under tension right now. And if you're doing that with me, probably feel those biceps and your forearms working a little bit more the second time through than you might have just curling up and down at the same pace in round 1. All right, coming back down to the floor for some more glute bridges. I'm going to focus on some hamstring glute bridges this round by bringing heels further away from the center line of the body, toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Hips might not come up quite as high. Almost time for a nice break. So just keep going right here, right now. Last 10 seconds. Don't skimp on these last 10 seconds. All right. Awesome. You've earned a break. Take 1 full minute to yourself. Maybe walk around a little bit. Maybe grab some water. I'm going to grab some water. And if you didn't put music, oopsie doodle. If you didn't put music for round 1, but you now see, oh, Jessica, I can see how music would really help me stay motivated here. You got 40 more seconds to put it on before I show you the moves for round 2. All right. Uh, let's be realistic with weights. Okay. Round 2 is going to start with some alternating overhead presses. Now, again, this is your workout, so you're going to challenge yourself. Ideas for presses are starting with both of your elbows in line with your shoulders. 1. Is that 1? Is this 1? 2? Or is this 1? Is your choice. Okay, so maybe you go for that wide press to begin with. Maybe you prefer to go for a narrower press. Maybe you want to go for an Arnold press with palms facing towards you and then rotating up, getting a little bit more of your shoulder working. This should be a pretty fast circuit, so you might have time to do all 3. Move number 2, maybe you need a lighter weight. You're going to take a hinge from your hips, similar to how we did that chest fly. Chest fly came right out to our sides. Now we're going to do a row for the back. So hands are going to come a little bit lower. So arms are coming nice and wide and low while taking a hinge. You're squeezing your shoulder blades together. And just like I talked about that time under tension for the bicep curls, try not to let your arms just fall forward. Try to really control as your hands come back in because you're still working your back. The third move, we've got 10 on each side for a side lying leg raise. Easiest version is propping yourself up on your side, hips stay down on the floor. You're going to lift and lower your leg. You can try lifting and lowering your leg with your toe pointed forward. You can try it with your toe straight. You can try it with your toe pointing up for a little bit of external rotation. If you want to make this one more challenging, press yourself up onto your knee in a modified side plank or be in a full side plank. All right, that was enough. Rest. We're starting with our alternating overhead presses in 3, 2, 1. Great. Now, I decided that I have to do both sides to make it one. So I'm on 3, 4. Think about bringing a slight little bend to your knees, keeping your chest lifted. Ooh, this wide press is a challenge. Once you've hit 10, take your hinge, squeeze your back and get that row. Control, control, control on the way back in. And as your arms come out, your rib cage is really going to want to flare out. So think about really knitting your rib cage in a little bit tighter, working and engaging the front side of your body so that you can better engage the back side of your body. Right, not to jut your chin too far forward. You're not staring down at the floor like a diagonal line, and hips are just gently behind you. I think I hit 10. All right, so coming down to the floor for our side leg lift. Having some trouble in one of my hips, so it's easy for me to get this big lifted length on one side, but I know I need to modify on the other. So please be smart for your body today. Find the challenge that you can, and it doesn't have to look exactly the same on both sides. Once you finish one side, roll over. And then back to the overhead press. That's right. I was just checking to see how sweaty I was. Once you've gotten all 10 into your fly, we just passed that halfway point. While you're flying, keep your rib cage tight. It's just another way to think about bracing your core. And as you get down on the floor for your side leg lifts, you maybe start with the side you finished with, just to give it all of the energy. Just gonna change my toe direction. And then flip over, get 10 on the opposite side. Back to overhead presses. 1 amazing minute to go. I'm going to challenge myself to a heavier weight here this round, even though I know I'm tired. And this is also how I know I probably should have done this heavier weight earlier. I was just scared. I'm sure that happens to you too. Kind of silly though, because I always could have switched to a lighter weight, but this would have been so much more effective if I used the heavier weight from the beginning. Almost there, everybody. Keep going, keep going. Taking that hinge, couple of flies, which definitely need a lighter weight. We're almost at those last 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Minute to yourself. Minute to yourself. Just gonna make some room because we're gonna use the floor in front of us quite a bit for this last round. You're gonna want one weight, going for a slightly lighter weight for one move. I'm going for a slightly heavier weight for the other move. I can make this 20 pounds work. Okay. Move number 1. You're going to come into a squat. Told you as we move on, we're going to combo a little push-pull legs. Okay, so weight in your heels. We're coming into a goddess style squat. So hips are not going behind you. Knees are going out and you sink down like you're in an elevator. My toes are in the same direction of the knees. You're going to squeeze your weight and you can allow it to rest on top of your thumb to make it a little bit easier. You're going to rotate in one direction, maybe come into a deeper lunge. And as you come back through, can you stay in a squat? Do you need to stand up? If you need to stand up and rotate from there, that's okay, but you're going to get more of a challenge if you stay down in your squat. This is a hard one, so we'll consider 1, 2 instead of both sides to get to 10. If you want to do both sides to get to 10, this is your workout. I'm not going to stop you. All right, move number 2, we're going to come down onto the floor and do a Superman row. So we're getting a little bit more into the back again. You have the option to keep your feet on the floor and focus on just your upper body working here. So pretend like you're holding onto a t-shirt. Maybe actually grab a t-shirt. You're going to exhale, pull it under your chest, squeeze shoulder blades together, and then inhale, send it back forward. So as you send it back forward, if you really have an item to try and pull under your chest, it's going to take an extra second for you to get it out of the way. So there's a little bit more time under tension under your back, and maybe you'd have fun pulling a strap or a broom handle and seeing how high you can actually lift your chest and how far you can get it down. That's move number 2. Move number 3, pretty simple. My hamstrings are tight though, so ouch to future me. We've got some good mornings. So holding a weight at your chest, you can take a slight bend in your knees, hinging from your hips while you send your glutes back till you feel that stretch into the hamstrings, maybe even in the glutes a little bit with a nice flat back. And then you stand right back up. My hamstrings are really tight. So normally, and especially without a weight, I can probably get down a little bit further. I'm going to challenge myself to use that weight and find the range of motion that works today. All right, last 6 minutes of work, starting with those squat press rotations. We can do it, everyone. This is the last round. In 3, 2, open your feet wide, sink down. Here we go. So in that squat, turn to one side. Maybe you drop your knee down more and then turn back towards the front. Keep the weight in line with your chest. Rotate to the other side. Keep your chest lifted. There's going to be a tendency for your back to kind of want to round forward. So keep it right up, upper back engaged. I kind of lost count. I'll make this my last one. And we get down on the floor for Supermans. So you can allow your legs to lift too if you want that extra little bit of work through your back, or press the tops of the feet in the floor. Let your kneecaps engage. Really squeeze your glutes. Press that area below your belly button into the mat. Roll your shoulders down and back and use your exhale to squeeze and lift. If you really want to challenge yourself, use that whole exhale the whole time you're breathing out. Hold, 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 squeeze, 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 and then inhale forward. Keep pressing the tops of the feet into the floor if you're using them to help you stabilize and maybe try and get a little bit higher. Or just like a regular Superman, everything can be lifting up as you go back. It's your choice. Oh my gosh. When you're done, you get to stand up and do your good mornings. So it right at your chest, crossing your hands over your heart. This weight is too heavy for me. Oh yeah. And as you come up, squeeze, 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 press, 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 boop, like someone's throwing a volleyball right at your pelvis. Oh, hamstrings. All right. We're past the halfway point, everyone. Let's get this last round in as much as we can. Shoulders rolled down and back, chest lifted. Really focus on rotating your core here too. You are so warmed up. You're the most warmed up you're going to be throughout this workout together today. Woo, my back says hello. Hello. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Really squeeze your glutes and core. Full exhale, squeeze shoulder blades together. Pull elbows towards hips. If you're not lifting those legs, check back in with your posterior engagement. Each time fingers go forward, press tops of feet back into the floor. Last minute, last minute. I did this workout last night, everyone, and I slept like a log. Oh my gosh. I don't think I even rolled over at my sleep. I was So tired. Last 30 seconds. And you know I'm going to keep you for just about 2 minutes to get a really quick stretch. We're working right to the end, y'all. Final three, two, one. Yay. I'll get one more in because I kind of stopped there while I was counting. Put your weights down. Take it out for a second. Literally, kick your legs out, kick your arms out, shake a little bit through your shoulders, a little left to right. All right. Then go ahead, ground through your feet. Let's open and close those shoulders once again. Draw your belly in. Let's get four more. Four, three, two, one. Stretch your fingers down towards the floor. Shoulders roll up, back, and down. Chest is lifted. Really stretch your fingers down. Decompress your shoulders. Turn your hands palms forward. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, rain or swan dive down to the floor. Inhale into your half lift. Shift a little weight forward into your toes and exhale down to your forward fold. You can generously bend your belly, but really work to bring your actual belly to your thighs. Maybe that means you even walk your fingers a little bit further forward. The more that you bring your weight to your toes, the more you stretch your hips up towards the ceiling. Pull your shoulders away from your ears again. Take a moment, shake your head. Yes. Oh, shake your head. No. Heel toe your feet out a little bit wider, maybe mat's width distance apart. Bring your left hand down on the floor in front of you and inhale your right arm up towards the ceiling. Try not to let your hips shift too much towards the right, though. And then exhale, right hand down towards the floor. Inhale, left arm up towards the ceiling. Try not to let hips shift too much to the left. Exhale, both hands come down towards the floor. Turn your toes out for a moment. We're just going to come into a supported squat, hands stay on the floor. Exhale, send your hips up towards the ceiling. Woo! Inhale, sit yourself down. Exhale, hips up towards the ceiling. One more time. Exhale, sit yourself down. Maybe glutes don't come quite as low. We're going to shift hands towards our thighs and then drop right shoulder forward. You can even press your right thigh out. Bring it back towards the center. Bring your knee back in. Press your left shoulder down and forward. Bring it back towards the center. Give yourself a cow and then a cat and then a cow one more time and press into your heels. Roll yourself all the way up. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Step your feet together. Mountain pose, decompressing shoulders once more. Great. They don't want to keep you any longer, but you know you can get some more stretches in. Highly recommend doing that throughout the day. Maybe a nice little shoulder stretch or using your chair to take a spine twist to help you access your upper back, or even just hands, palms on your desk as you stretch your glutes back for a little bit more length. We'll have you feeling good. Can't wait to see you all hopefully tomorrow for yin. Till then, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, everybody.